Mandate for this world, conversation with Sananda. November 5, 2014. Yawn. Yesterday I have written down a possibly unique powerful mandate for this world. Now I am asking the question, if I should publish it. What if its effect is lacking, or if it takes a long time to wait for it? It is a little bit like the timely announcement of an event, which then is delayed or does not occur. This always undermines the credibility of the message or the messenger. Sananda. I bless every human being who follows this conversation regarding the mandate for this world, and those who with his whole heart dives into the grace of this conversation, in order to lift the treasure of this knowledge. Indeed, what are we dealing with in this time, and what is it about now? The claim of your power. This is the great topic in these days. Claim your power. Great times demand great impulses. Impulses are the energy carriers, which bring the new on its way. This also then, when the new does not immediately manifest in this visible world. This in fact unique mandate of a Creator God, which you are, serves to powerfully breathe these new impulses into life, to bring them into this world. Thereby it is not about that all armies in the world immediately put down all their weapons, instead it is about to set this impulse into the world, so that it, enriched by the repeated mandate of many light warriors and Creator gods, may quickly become reality. An immediate putting down of all weapons is not to be expected, because through wars a lot of karma is redeemed and also new karma is built. This world still fully stands in the interaction of cosmic laws for this level of creation. Yet your divine higher self has dictated this mandate quite consciously to you now, because the time is right for it now. Like a flame burning all slag, these words shall spread all over the globe and reach ever more human beings, and foremost those who see themselves as light warriors of the first and last hours, or have the experience as a Creator God. Because the more high light beings give an ear to these words and give them a voice, the closer we get to the reality of a peaceful and cleansed of wars world. The credibility. What pertains to the credibility of a prediction, or what pertains to the created attitudes and expectations in human beings, I would like to emphasize to you and to all human beings who work on this level. Never care about the acceptance from human beings. Never care about how your messages are received. Because those who understand the essence of this space-time, who almost understand the complexity of all universal connections, know what kind of service you perform. Remain unswerving, continue to be courageous and a true tower of strength and a light on this summit, because you are given knowledge from heaven and awareness transmitted, so that you can pass this on to mankind, to those who are ready for it, generously and authentically. From a cosmic perspective it is totally insignificant if a date or an event occurs in this space-time as announced, because the prediction always occurs, also if it does not always reach this level of awareness, whereupon it was announced. The holographic perception of all life is very helpful in this regard. The only concern of the messenger from heaven, the prophets of this time, the Creator gods in human form, shall also be furthermore, to pass on to human beings everything that you receive from heaven and what flows to you from the light. Acceptance or rejection, the laughter of the ignorant ones or the recognition of the knowing ones shall never touch you, because the reward is appropriate for you and is truly not of this world, because new creations are handed over to you and new creations will be named after you. Those who have attained greatness and thereby still serve a small-minded world, so that it can uplift itself, God will dedicate to those a special place in creation. Only a Creator God can open the gates to free thinking for mankind, to open them for powerful action and healing creations, also in this world. And this all-transforming mandate for this world is evidence for the claim of power, which emanates from a Creator God. Yawn. I do not know exactly what I write down, yet it sounds very plausible and my doubts wane to publish this. Sananda. Yes, some residual patterns of fears in you, which you have accumulated as a prophet in many times, will be released. This creates again some relief in you. And to all messengers from the light, To the old and the new prophets of this time, your credibility can only be undermined by a contrived and outside determined life. This is never due to a prophecy, which occurs later or not even on this level. Today advanced light warriors recognize how energy behaves. Today, for the great light warriors of this time, it only depends on being credible by serving one's own life as a light-filled example for all human beings. Today's messenger from heaven will not only be measured by their messages, but foremost how high their individual degree of knowledge and how high their own vibration is. Human beings understand what is, distinguish light-filled from dark vibration, and those who do not understand are conceivably responsible for their own ignorance. Reward or rejection in this world? What do you care about in this time, wherein so many human beings have never before entered onto the path to universal knowledge? Yawn. Now I have in mind to make this mandate public at the next light reading. Sananda. Yes, this is a suitable occasion. All will still reveal itself to you until then. Yawn. Regarding the actual time quality of today, I see at the example of my perception that many human beings take incredible effort in order to hide their true character. Almost exclusively I meet human beings veiled in a fine scarf, who behind the facade are totally polluted. I perceive this energetic pollution from behind the noble perfume, which brings forth an odious smell. Therefore I smell the energetic pollution, what I never experienced before. It seems as if those who want to continue to sleep, the ambition to maintain the old status increases again. Sananda. This observation is equal to the observation of a pendulum. It continually moves back and forth, once in one direction and then into the other, until it levels out in the middle. Yes, human beings, who do not want to wring the true content from this time, those who pretend to be deaf and are blind, try to hide their true character with new cosmetics, to cover up their intentions, in order to be able to still exist in this world. It is the last and at the same time also desperate attempts to maintain the old life, the old securities, the old lies. These are specifics of this time. While the ascending ones become lighter, more light-filled and more conscious in every respect, the remaining ones start to create new illusions, so that thereby they do not have to encounter the truth and never one's self. Yawn. On the political world stage, it is still always about weakening Russia, and after the Ebola virus, the USA declared Russia the greatest threat for the earth. Incredible but true. I always have the image in my mind that the actual fight about Russia is a fight over Russia's great soul, over the spiritual power of Russia, and even also, but not only, a fight for the geopolitical rulership in this world. Russia's soul. Like in World War II when the Jews were supposed to be eliminated by the Nazis based on their spiritual power, the dark forces want to destroy Russia today, robbing Russia's soul. Sananda. In this basic approach, this is correct, entirely correct. Russia is the spiritual heart of Europe, foremost into the area of Asia. The strength of Russia lies in a long tradition, which radiates religious power and spiritual reality. A great number of very old souls live in Russia, from great saints to high initiates. Russia is therefore in the position to torpedo all New World Order scenarios of the dark elite, and this is exactly what happens now. This knowledge is known in dark circles, which pursued the agenda to destroy Russia. Equally many decades ago in this space-time, it was the Jews, which stood in the way of the Great Reich of the Nazis. The spiritual life energy was supposed to be destroyed, the life force of a population to be absorbed. And how does it happen any other way than to destroy human lives in unbelievable numbers and in a very diabolical manner? The same thing is supposed to happen to Russia. Thereby the threat of nuclear weapons, which echo from the corners of the dark elite in the direction of Russia, fits perfectly into this picture, because the New World Order feels threatened by light-filled Russia, which explains their reflex to threaten Russia from their side. Thereby attacks under false flag are constantly carried out, until, according to plan, a case of reason is given for a truly radical intervention. Yes, In the case of Russia, it is about to separate a nation from its life energy and to distinguish it. Thereby the Dark Ones justify any means. Based on the actual situation that the Dark Ones increasingly see their hopes dashed, these plans are brought into the light of day and are revealed to mankind. Failure is certain for the equally exact as well as brutal plan, because the Dark Ones can no longer hide their intentions from the increasingly awakening mankind. Yawn. What was supposed to be in the place of spiritual people? Sananda. The plan and also the implementation on low-vibrating 4D or 3D worlds is to have the whole world agree to a single religion. A religion, which the system has created and lacks any kind of spiritual basis, because the awareness work of the individual is blinded out. Blind adoration and the acceptance of prefabricated truths shall satisfy the spiritual need of human beings. Some magic, false sorcery, and the new state religion is done, which lacks any direct point of reference for individual God recognition and must lack it, because direct God recognition always is the end of slavery, and these worlds foremost need the slaves. This will not happen on this level like that. For this reason, Russia has been fitted with wise and courageous heads of state, who take care that the robbery of the soul of a whole population can no longer occur. In conclusion, yes, in the global fight it is mostly about destroying the spiritual power of Russia and the human beings of such a great country. Yawn. Here the initially discussed mandate can certainly contribute very much. I mean to contribute that these plans will quickly fail and are visible for the whole world. Sananda. The failure is already visible. This mandate will accelerate this failure and will give the creator gods in this time an experience, which they had to forego for a long time. The immediate experience of their unlimited creative power. What today is possible for an awakened one, can now be experienced and is now being experienced by you. With these words regarding these great themes of these days in this time, I bless human beings, because truly, my blessing hand is your roof and my loving heart is your lodging. In infinite love. Sananda. Put down the weapons. Mandate for this world. Yawn. Channeled by Jan J. Kozel. Translated by Franz. www.lichtweltverlag.blogspot.com